So this is what they call in Hawaii a puka, or a hole. I had kind of a choice when I approached this property because I've seen some pretty creative things done with pukas. One of them was someone actually turned it into a pond. They got a pond liner and made it so they can actually walk out on their deck and hop into a nice refreshing pond each evening. Imagine that. Of course, they attract a lot of cane frogs, which I don't want, but because if your dog licks or bites one, your animal's in trouble. What I did instead was I opted for a hugel grow hole. On the internet, there's a lot of talk about hugel mounds, and it's pretty simple. It's just the idea of burying wood. And when you bury wood, you're feeding funguses that live in the soil, and those funguses convey water and nutrients. And this is actually like the 5th layer of cardboard and albizia trees that I've thrown in here. So there's layer upon layer, like a lasagna. I'll throw some soil in, some microorganisms, and then cover them with cardboard just so they don't get solarized, so everything can start doing what it does, which is eating all this biomass and making some nice rich garden soil for us. So I'm really looking forward to that. You see the spots where it's already caving in? It's already cooking down that fast, which is pretty impressive. So it's already happening. This process of creating soil has already begun. All I got to do is keep throwing more biomass in and covering it up for the worms, giving them a little shade, and they do all the work. So not only is it building soil, but you can see all this hideous cane grass. Not hideous, but it's actually high nitrogen, good biomass. But if I didn't have the cardboard, then I'd be cutting all the time. It gives me a little breathing room. So the more cardboard I put down, the less cane grass I have to cut. You can see where these sweet potatoes are coming in. And this used to be all cane grass. The sweet potatoes are doing a pretty good job of crowding out this annoying cane grass, which isn't nearly as useful as this sweet potato, which is food. Of course you can eat the potatoes. You can also eat the leaves and the stems. You can throw those into a stir fry and they're really good for you and really delicious. Multi-purpose is one of the principal foundation things that permaculture folks are looking at. You want to get a lot of different things going for multi-purpose items for each one system, so it serves more causes than one, and then you're really working smart, rather than being out here mowing all day every day or weed whacking all day. The plan is to eventually replace this cane grass with perennial peanut, which is a nice soft ground cover, which other folks do have on their farms. They're fortunate enough to be further along than I am. That's something you can walk on. You don't have to mow, and it takes the nitrogen right out of the atmosphere and puts it in the soil. So it's constantly improving the soil. So it's beyond sustainability. It's actually improving. But I'm not as young as I used to be, so I got to work smarter. And if that involves getting heavy machines in, then I'll do that. I've dug plenty of holes and trenches in my day. But again, a machine can do a massive amount of work in one day. For example, you can take a sunflower head and squeeze that sunflower head into sunflower oil. You can put that into an excavator and create an earthen dam that will last 5,000 years. And where there's water, there's life. That's what we're trying to do with permaculture, is stop the water, or at least slow it. And with the understanding that where there's water, there's life, you want to slow the water and keep it on your land as long as possible, because again, that's what's making all this wonderful biodiversity happen. Beneficial predators, everything that makes my job easier as a farmer, the water supports, and all this great soil that I'm building. The lot that I bought doesn't have a lot of natural soil, so I'm using these holes as grow holes. That's why I called them hugel grow holes as opposed to hugel mounds, which you can find on the internet. A lot of information about hugel mounds. These are maybe my own adaptation. Hugel grow holes, using the natural pukas to grow the food in, and we'll see how it works.
Wonderful.
Thanks, man.